Hey everyone, Daniel here from Twin Bytes with another quick video for you. This time with the COVID-19 going out and everyone's panicking, businesses are getting shut down, and some people are being forced to get laid off, or if you can work from home, then you can actually keep your businesses going. So I'm going to be talking about that in this video a little bit. So in case even your boss doesn't even realize and they're thinking that they're going to lay you off, you could probably sell them on the idea of how you could still keep providing value to their business and keeping the business alive while they can work from home. So I'm going to be covering the basics in this video and a few other things you might not have even considered, so stick around. So the first thing is email. So a lot of people, they're using their computer. You have an email program of some sort. Maybe you're using webmail already, and in that case you already know that you have webmail. But some people don't even realize that it's web-based and that you can access that from anywhere in the world on any computer. Even having it on your phone, you would think that that's a clue that you could have it with you anywhere. But I've actually got a client that they still think that opening up a web browser is a program, and that's the program on their computer, and it's tied to that computer. They don't realize it's web-based and that you can access it from other computers. So I wondered how many other people don't know that it's web-based. So even if you're using a program like Outlook, which is very popular for business, you can still access your emails remotely. Every email address has webmail capability, you just may not be using it. If you have, like, for example, your website, like we've got twinbytes.ca. So as an example of that one, you would just add possibly to the beginning of your domain name, which in my case the domain name is twinbytes.ca, it would be mail dot and then your domain name, so mail.twinbytes.ca or mail.google.com. It could be webmail dot and then whatever it is, or it could be twinbytes.ca/webmail or twinbytes.ca/mail, or whatever your website address is, and then add a slash to it and then mail or webmail. So you may have to find out from your hosting company what the address is and how to access that. If you're not sure who your hosting company is, you can go to whois.com/whois. Type in your domain name. So again, google.com, but you're not owning Google, so it would be your company name.com, like twinbytes.ca. And then it will tell you who is your host. So then you can actually go to your hosting company and they may have a link straight from there to access webmail. And then from there, you would go into your webmail account and you could put in your email address and your password for your email, and you now have access to your emails online. The second thing here is web-based tools. A lot of the tools you might have would be accounting programs, contact management, collaboration tools, online meetings, which it's already online, but you would have an in-person meeting that you can now have online, and there's tons of software out there for different online meetings. Now, a lot of the software has already been developed to be online and web-based for years now, so it's nothing new. If you're already set up to be in the cloud, then you don't need to think about remote access to the computer or working at the office. You could be just signing in through your web browser. All you need is your username and password and sign into your accounting online or any of those other tools and have full access, exactly the same as you would have while sitting in the office. Even the online meetings are incredible. I've had so many different business meetings that I would have been going to since this outbreak happened with the COVID-19, but they are all online now. Even my Toastmasters club, which of course we couldn't meet in person, but for the first time our club hosted an online Toastmasters meeting. The third thing is remote access. So that's what we were leading to here. If you don't have easy access on the web through these other things that I mentioned already, you could just simply remote into your computer and have full access to it just as if you were sitting in front of the computer. Then whether the programs and documents are in the cloud or local on the computer, you would have access to everything. So there's a few options out there. There's actually quite a few, but some of the more popular ones I'm going to mention here. So we got things like LogMeIn. They are basically offering at $450 a year for 2 computers. And that works out to about $19 per computer per month. Comparing that to $35 a month per computer for GoToMyPC, which seems to be also owned by the same company. They're 2 of the more inexpensive options. A third one here is TeamViewer, which for business use is $58 a month, and that's for 1 user, 1 session. And it seemed like it was more initially for tech support, because at those prices it's basically double what these other 2 services are. So because it's more for tech support, but they do offer a free version with TeamViewer, and they're the only ones that offer free. The other ones are only paid. But TeamViewer, and I confirm with them that it's for personal use only, which means home to home. So if you're a home user that wants to help a family member with their computer, you can connect into their computer remotely and help them out, and that's free. But if it's for business use, they have algorithms in place that will determine if you're using it for business, and then it will shut you down and kick you out. So if you just needed temporary access to your office remotely, you can certainly try that. They do offer a free trial as well. And if it works for you, great, but it's probably going to recognize if you're in there all day, every day, consistently working remotely using the free version of TeamViewer, they're probably going to kick you out and flag your account. So you would have to purchase the license. But honestly, looking at that, if it's a 1-to-1, you'd have to look at how many computers you have, and if you're doing them as a group between all employees, it may change who's cheaper in this case and what's more reliable. But between these, they all seem to be the top 3 tools, in my opinion, that are well known, reliable, trustworthy, and really it looks like overall, if you have only 1 computer you want to connect to, GoToMyPC would be the cheapest. But if you have a minimum of 2 computers to connect to remotely, then LogMeIn would work out to be cheaper while still having a license to make sure that you're doing everything legit. Working remotely, in summary here, is really even without having a global pandemic like what we're having now with the COVID-19, it helps the environment because you're cutting down on traffic, you're cutting down on fuel emissions in the air, you're keeping your employees happy, and cutting down on costs. There's probably a whole host of other benefits here that I'm not even thinking of. Also, on a slightly related note, it's always a good idea to practice safe practices anyway, regardless if there's a human virus outbreak or not. Washing your hands, using hand sanitizer and all that stuff. Just so many people that don't even wash their hands after they leave the washroom, and I can't believe that. But if we were to practice safe practices on a regular basis when there isn't an outbreak, then we could have reduced, at least, if not prevented, this massive spread of the COVID-19 currently, had we been practicing these safe measures to begin with. Why did so many people wait until there's an outbreak and then they make a mad rush to the store to clear the shelves, buying all the hand sanitizer and toilet paper and all this stuff, and vitamin C even is gone. I went to buy some because I needed to get some more, and I just wanted to buy one bottle. Shelves are empty. So why wait until there's an issue and then you want to start taking preventive measures? It's not really preventive so much anymore. It's already too late. Stuff is out there. So you got to continue to do this. So I'm curious if after this whole pandemic is over and everything kind of goes back to normal, are people going to revert back to not washing their hands again after they go to the washroom and things like that? Or are they going to continue to practice more safe practices? So if you're still watching this video to the end, thanks so much. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and give it a thumbs up if you found it helpful or entertaining even at that. And be curious to find out, what's the shelves in your local stores look like? Are they empty? Do you still have vitamin C and hand sanitizer there? The time you're watching this video, maybe this whole outbreak is over, but I'm curious about the stock levels. How is this going to continue? Anyway, appreciate your comments below, and until next time, stay safe, my friends. Bye for now.